Hello YouTube. This is going to be the follow-up video for the Greenworks 2700 PSI pressure washer. I do apologize about the wait on this follow-up video. It did take me some time. One of the problems was that we kept having some pretty erratic weather here. I had a lot of days where it was a lot of rain. I even had snow one day. I also had a couple automotive jobs I had to get done, so it became kind of difficult for me to do on the few days that was nice out to try to do this testing for the machine and also get these couple jobs I had done. So I have compiled a bunch of little clips. I'm going to try to put them all together. I apologize if it's a little kind of all over the place, but all the information you should need is there. You know, we have footage of the machine using a foam cannon with a undercar water broom, like an undercarriage cleaner, and then also all the comparisons are done with a 40-degree nozzle. So I have the factory 40-degree, a 3.0 40-degree, and also a 4.0 40-degree. So we're going to have pressure numbers, gallons per minute, and you know, also some usage. So varied usage. You know, some can be from car washing, some will be from cleaning some patio furniture. You know, just to kind of get an idea of, you know, what it's capable of. So I don't want to do too much talking here now because there's going to be some talking in some of the clips. I'll try to keep this as short as possible, but there might be some length here. I hope this is helpful to everyone. And again, my apologies about the delay. I wanted to really get this out quickly, but didn't pan out that well. So I hope this is useful. Enjoy.
On the unit, the fittings that I got a quick disconnect here, and at the hose, water inlet. This is for the pressure hose, the outlet. On the other end, again, there is a quick disconnect here as well. This goes to your gun. On the stock wand, I did upgrade and put quick disconnects here as well. This is a standard M2214. Some actually change it to here in this section and actually go smaller, but this remains the stock size up until this, which comes on from the factory. Gun that I purchased came with the quick disconnect on the tip. I added everything on here, and this gauge works very well. So the stainless fitting on the bottom, and again, quick disconnects everywhere. Really comes in handy. These here are additional tips. These are the 4.0 tips, and these are the 3.0 tips. The hose, I did get the extension. This is the additional 30-foot Flexzilla hose that Greenworks distributes, and this is the stock hose that you saw already. The extension hose does come with the coupler in there, so you could just screw it on. I also added the quick disconnect to the factory wand, or factory gun. I haven't really used the factory gun much. I tested it. Works fine. I mean, really, there's no real true difference other than the length of it. They both work good. I will say that this one's a little bit more compatible with whatever tip you want to put in it. The factory gun, the additional tips I bought don't like to fit in here. The factory ones seem like they're perhaps a little bit shorter. This end here, right here, might be a little shorter on the factory tips. This was the other thing I purchased. This is the water broom. I'll show you some footage of that. This thing works great. It's got 2 inline wheels that are on bearings with 3 extensions on it. So 2 straight ones and a curve. This thing is really cool. It also has pivoting fitting on it, so you could use it in many different ways. You know, you could use it right now. I have it set up for going underneath a car, but you could go in a different direction. You could use it as a water broom for your driveway or your deck, whatever it may be. And this thing works really, really well. Here we have the stock 40 degree nozzle. This is a 3.0 40 degree nozzle, and that is a 4.0 40 degree nozzle. So I'm going to test each of these three and see what the GPM numbers are for each. Very terrible numbers for the unit. This with the stock tip, that's what it weighed, including the bucket. I subtracted the bucket's weight of 1.87 pounds, and then I didn't write down the other number, but whatever you get after subtracting that bucket, you divide by 8.34, which is the weight of a gallon, and that's where I got 1.19, which means at stock their number is pretty much dead on. They rate it at 1.2 gallons per minute at 2700 PSI. So I applaud them. They actually pretty much nailed it. Now I may have lost a little bit of water because a little bit was splashing out of the bucket, so that makes sense. I mean, it's right about there. I can understand them maybe rounding it up to one number. So I got 1.19, which is very, very close to the 1.2. And then when it comes to the 3.0 nozzle, the bucket weighed in at 14.82 pounds. Again, deducting the bucket weight and then dividing by 8.34 put me at basically exactly at 1.5. And then again, 4.0. It seems like very linear, pretty standard progression here. So at the 4.0 nozzle, 16.06 pounds, and again, deduct the 1.87, divide by 8.34, and it puts us at 1.7 gallons per minute. Is that idle? Usually it hovers somewhere between 2400 and 2700 RPM, PSI. So right now we're just about 24, just a little under 2500 PSI. So this is the stock nozzle. And I'm going to switch to the 3.0. Okay, now we're at the 3.0 nozzle. See, it hovers just around 1250, close to 1300 PSI, and that's a 3.0. Okay, now we're on the 4.0 nozzle. And that hovers just around 900 PSI, which for many people is probably plenty enough. Let's see what we got. Just wash a little pollen off here. To me, 900 is a little too gentle. I found the 1250-ish to be really nice. So, I mean, the extra flow is nice. again, you get just about 900, maybe even a hair above. It's pretty much dead even on 900. So I'm sure for most people that's really nice. Plus you're getting about 1.7 gallons per minute there. So that's going to be great for a lot of people. But to me, it's a little light on power. So when I was using about 1250, 1300 psi, and I was blasting my friend's Acura, and that it was not affecting the paint whatsoever. I even did that on my white 3000 GT here, as well as my Mazda and a couple other cars. I used the 3.0 nozzle for the 1250-ish psi, and it did not affect the paint. I even have a couple areas where paint is like, on one of the cars where the paint is flaking, and it did not affect it at all. But what was nice was the extra power of that extra couple hundred psi was able to get some grime that was really stuck on the paint off. For example, my friend's Acura hadn't been washed in probably since before he bought it, and he bought it in 2009. So we're in 2020. That's at least 11 years of not being washed. So we gave it a good washing. That's actually the car that's in the quick clip of one of the foam cannon clips. So you definitely get an idea. I really think that 1200, 1300 area is really, really nice. Some people will be fine with 900. I mean, it's good, but it's pretty gentle. But, I mean, overall, it's very good. I mean, this is machine running. It's really not loud. Might seem loud in the video. Again, just spray this down a little bit. This is really quite gentle. But yeah, that's if you really value the flow more so than the pressure, and you think 900 or so is perfect for you, the 4.0 nozzle on this would be great. Again, it idles usually between 2500 and 3000. Right now you see it's right at 2700 PSI. Keep wanting to say RPM, I guess that's the car guy. So right at 26, now it's at 26. But yeah, it usually idles between 25 and 2700 PSI. So you can see the internal pump pressure is really what they say, but then obviously it's going to be different based on what tip you have on there and how much spray you want. So that's that. I'm probably going to switch it back over to the 3.0 because that to me is probably the nicest for me. Again, I appreciate the extra power, and that's still putting out about 1.5 gallons per minute, so it's still pretty good. The soap cannon that I'm using is the Tool Daily one found on Amazon, which comes with the additional 1.1 orifice that you can pop in there, which is definitely helpful. And you know what? It's a really good deal. It's very similar to a lot of other ones that are on there. What's nice about this, what I like about it, is the wide base, the wide mouth as well. Makes it a little easier to get your dilution in there, and also the fact that pretty much it's all brass and the one fitting is stainless. Other than that, everything's pretty standard. Nothing too fancy. But you know what? The inclusion of that extra orifice is nice. For the price, a lot of other ones you'd have to buy it separately for between $6 to $12. That's what I saw most of the time. So it comes with a pretty good price. And over here, it was taking the paint right off the garage.
I'd also like to say thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop something in the comments below. Shoot me a message, whatever you like to do. I hope to be able to do more on this channel once I figure out some other video ideas. If anything you want to see, again, feel free to drop some things down below. Still a work in progress, still deciding what I'm going to do as far as my other channels go as well. So if you're interested, let me know. Thanks.